Hey there, guys, so welcome to ABC News Highlights, and here we bring you up to speed on all the latest happenings in the country. My name is Nana Kwame.
My name is Golda Abadai, and on to our first story. So there's a video circulating on Twitter. It is a very disturbing video, and it is showing a number of men attacking a man they allegedly believe is gay. He was beaten and stabbed multiple times, and onlookers just passed by, and the excuse was he came there to engage in sexual intercourse, and so he deserves the treatment that he's getting. And apparently, it was in front of a medical center. And Nana, I think it is absolutely crazy for you to see another human being being treated in such a manner, and then you decide he deserves that treatment.
I mean, it happened in front of a hospital, and when he was crying out for help, he did say, "What have I done? Where is the police?"
Exactly, Nana. Fine. We may not understand someone's life choice, we may not even agree with it. But unless you're telling me that you're defending yourself or you're protecting someone because that person is attacking you, what makes you think that you have the right to, stab someone multiple times?
Because to most, that is an inhumane act. Not even animals who do it. And if not even animals who do it, people that do it do not deserve to be treated like humans. And I don't know why there's an uproar from Samoli.
I think it's crazy.
No, listen, my whole point is did you actually believe that there was going to be a movement of anti-LGBTQ plus rights abolishment that is rooted in hysteria and ignorance, and it's not going to have an impact on how already ignorant masses will treat other human beings from that marginalized community?
Today I heard there was an injunction against the bill and it's been dismissed. And my thing is, if that bill is going to be passed, I'm hoping that there will be stipulations in it that make people aware that, yes, you may not agree with this person's life choice. Even as a country, we don't approve of it, but you can't go around just deciding to stop people.
Well, in that same bill that you are looking for, if in case it's passed, that bill also not only criminalizes homosexuals or any other activity concerned with LGBTQ plus, it also criminalizes advocacy. So whether you are part or not part, but if you think they should get their rights, you'd also be sentenced to some sort of jail term and punishment. But this is it: if you, as a country, if as leaders, perpetrate any form of idea that seems to imply that a group of people are not humans because of how they choose to live their life and who they choose to love, do not be surprised when masses are going to pick onto that and be violent, because that is what is going to happen.
I think those men need to go to jail and they need to be punished for their crime. You cannot just be stabbing people.
Who do you think will point them out? The same people that look that way because the person doesn't deserve human treatment?
Well, I hope there are lawyers who are deciding that they're going to, deal with these kinds of things because honestly, yes, but you can't just go around stabbing people.
Well, the funny thing is that when the bill is passed, lawyers cannot also do that because that would be advocacy. I think the most striking thing about this video is him constantly calling out to law enforcement, because regardless of sexuality, race,
he's still
religion,
a human being, yes,
or association, the person is Ghanaian, and by right, he's deserving of protection. He's deserving that his rights be safeguarded. And so constantly ask yourself, that's the thing about the acts of bigotry or like injustice. It doesn't stop at one place. It doesn't matter whether you're gay or not. You could be straight, and all it takes is for somebody to say
exactly
you are gay.
That is the point. You see, it's the alleged innate crime is stressing me out. You are not even sure, and even if you were, you don't go around stabbing people. And if that is the end of the matter.
Exactly. And if all it's going to take for you to be stabbed multiple times is the alleged accusation that you are gay, maybe we should start thinking about what that bill means. I mean, when it was being discussed in Parliament, look at Ursula's reaction when she was called out to be part of the community.
Well, I mean, obviously, no, she wasn't. She's not. She believes she's not part of the community. So that kind of attack was inappropriate. But I mean, it's all that aside. My point is that don't go around attacking people.
True, right? But they didn't get violent because it was in Parliament. Now imagine that same scenario outside of Parliament.
True. That would have been something.
Yeah. Exactly. So maybe something for all of us to think about.
It is.
Let us know what you think in the comment section as we move on to our next story, and one that I think in the multiverse of Ghana's economy, it is funny. So the Department of Parks and Gardens is currently facing a workforce shortage, as 90% of their staff is currently going to be in retirement very soon. Yes.
90%.
Yes. So the department that is responsible for looking after the agriculture of this country is facing workforce shortage because all the people there are old and are going to be retiring soon. So it's going to leave a lot of positions vacant. And you ask yourself, is this not the same country that we are battling high
Yeah,
record
youth
rates of
unemployment rate.
unemployment? So yes,
So what the old people didn't want to retire. How old are they now that they're retiring and now they're crying and saying we want,
yes, it's
new employees?
90%. 90% of the staff will be going on retirement soon. And we ask ourselves, what do we put in place to check these things?
Yes, that you retire at the right age, that
Exactly. It's not
people
like
are
we
employed.
don't. It's like we don't know that people are there,
We do.
even way past their time. What are we doing about it?
Hopefully, well, the government pays attention to it and then they do something about it.
Exactly.
On to our last story for the day. Vice President Bawumia's campaign has no links or funding from any Nigerian Islamic group. Now, the Office of the Vice President dismissed media reports alleging that a Nigerian Islamic group is funding the political campaign of Ghana's Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. This was in a statement issued by the Communications Directorate of the Office of the Vice President and shared, to the public. And it says, the attention of the Bawumia campaign team has been drawn to a post by one David, please forgive the pronunciation of the name, Humdeyin, a journalist in Nigeria, that the Bawumia campaign is being funded by some Islamic group in Nigeria called ACF. We noticed that the same narrative has been copied by some persons and groups in Ghana on social media. The narrative is absolutely false, fabricated, and only serves the propaganda purposes of its promoters. So the vice president and his team are telling you he does not have that kind of funding.
I mean, the allegations are really wild.
Very, very serious.
Yes, and considering the religious situation in Nigeria,
That is a no-no.
yes, to say that you are being funded by a Muslim organization seems to have roots of religious fundamentalism in there. Why Muslim? What is the meaning? What would it mean for our state
Exactly.
and everything? So I think it's very important that they've cleared the air. And yes, please, let's be very mindful, especially sharing certain information on social media.
This information is dangerous.
Exactly, it is very dangerous. And we are moving on to our next story. So, popular Ghanaian YouTuber and comedian Michael Uzefi, popularly known as Tisa Kwejo, has actually claimed, not just alleged, that some circuit supervisors have been taking 5 CDs and 10 CD bribes from teachers who failed to write their lesson notes. So these circuit supervisors are now called School Improvement Support Officers, and they're under the government Ghana Education Service. So basically, they make sure that they supervise teachers and their work and they're doing the right thing. But now, you see, I don't know if you guys can remember when we're in primary, when we're in basic school, your teacher would be expected to write lesson notes to keep track of what they're teaching you and how you're receiving it. Well, now teachers are not writing it, and they have a way to escape that responsibility by paying a bribe of 5 CDs or 10 CDs to these officers. It's completely scary for 2 reasons. First of all, the education sector in this country is facing serious decline in terms of quality. Let's be very honest.
It is.
Not just in basic school, even in the high school sector as well.
Even in university.
Even in university, good to say. There's a decline of quality, and to think that the people put in place to teach, to make sure that they impart knowledge on these kids do not take their job serious, and as little as 5 or 10 CDs, they can get away with it.
In this same, concerning the same story, I think I heard another version where they're saying that someone from the GES office allegedly told teachers that they should use their monies to buy laptops to teach the children.
Yes.
Someone from the Ghana Education Service that is supposed to provide, teachers and schools with the necessary, what do I call them, apparel, necessary for them to be able to teach the students. You are telling them to use their money.
So this implies that schools are heavily underfunded.
Yeah.
And beyond being underfunded, teachers are heavily underpaid.
It's going through a lot.
Exactly. So even if they had much to bribe these CSOs, they can't. That's why they take the 5 CDs and the 10 CDs. And these CSOs are also seriously underpaid, because why are you taking as little as why are you even taking money?
That is very true.
To let people escape their responsibilities. But if there's one thing in this country, everybody looks for an easy way out. And we hope one day the law will definitely find such culprits and deal with them. And that is how we wrap up today. My name is Nana Kwame.
My name is Golda Abadai. For more details, please visit abcnewsgh.com and our social media handle, abcnewsgh_.